Welcome to episode 3. This is in no particular order. I'm just randomly giving advice and ideas of what you can do for your child with autism. But one of the things that I would highly encourage you to do is start a Word document or a Google Doc or any type of, you can put it even in your notes section in your phone, but start making a document that you can share with your child's caregivers, paras, teachers, anyone that's really interacting with their life, a babysitter, anything. And it's I got the idea because when we moved school districts, and the new teachers wanted some information about my daughter, and they gave me a parent input form. And I wrote a dissertation on my daughter, Adley. I wrote all of this information, her likes, her dislikes, tips and tricks that we do for her, things that work, motivators for her routines, just everything that I could give them that would explain who she is, what works for her, what doesn't, and give them a big picture about that, since they had no idea what they were getting into or who she was. And so one of the staff workers there said they've never had a parent write this much information about their child, but she said, I really feel like I know Adley. And so that made me feel so good to know, okay, they know who she is, even though her other teachers that we worked with before we moved knew her because they grew up with her and saw her and knew her every day. These new teachers had no idea. And so this was just kind of like a Cliff Notes shortcut version for them to really get a full picture of who she is and how they could best support her. Because a lot of time gets eaten up by getting to know the person that they're working with. And there is a little bit of that still, even when you provide a document like I'm suggesting, but it kind of helps speed things along. And so you don't waste time of, well, let me get to know you and what do you like? No, here it is. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this child. And now you can start going. And I really feel like that's helped her success. Especially in the special ed world, there is a lot of turnover sometimes. You'll find at different schools or care centers. And so anything that you can have, then it can kind of help that. And your child will have an IEP typically, and that does give you some information, but a lot of it is goals focused, and it doesn't necessarily go into who they are as a person or what they really like. There's a section about it, but at least for our IEP, it wasn't that detailed. So if I could give them bullet points on this document, that kind of really helped. So I would highly suggest that.